The second part of the performance and integration category in HTML5, we have the integration part. As briefly shown in the performance section, I had a drag and drop section where you could drag and drop things to test and see that JavaScript was still responsive. And this section is simply a page that shows how you can do drag and drop. And drag and drop is a part that when we talk about integration, we're talking about integrating between applications. And this is another vital aspect for making web applications, and that users shouldn't recognize that or realize that they're using a desktop application or a web application or mobile application. Everything should work seamlessly between them. And one of the things we regard with seamless is that we would like to be able to drag and drop different things between windowed applications. So you can drag and drop images or text or cut and paste and so forth. And this gives us the opportunity to do this. So here's the example, the code we're looking at. HTML file, nothing really special. We see that we're doing all of this without using JavaScript, which you would have had to do before, which makes it very nice. And I create some sections, and those are the two boxes, if you want to call them that. Drag and drop, and you have the big part with the drag and drop is you have different attributes for certain structural divs and sections and so forth. So you can execute on drop, drop this, on drag, return false, on drag over, and so forth. And then I fill a div with a bunch of stuff that we're going to drag and drop. Some images, a link, a text box, a button, and then some text. And the key thing here is that I institute on drag start, so that it calls the drag function, and then we have draggable, that it is actually draggable. We have to set that to true, otherwise it's not going to work. And then here we have a little bit of JavaScript we need to make this all work, and it's data transfer set data text, and we have the drag version and a drop version. And then in the drop we have a target, of course, where we're going to drop the item. And so we've set all these things at on drag start, drag this referring to itself, and it sends the event, so it's saying it's gonna drag itself and it is draggable. An important thing to notice is that images are automatically draggable because they don't have to set it. It's just when we want to do something that's not typically draggable, such as the text box and text and so forth. So there's the HTML. Now we can test it and see what it looks like. And here's our page. As you can see, I can grab the images. Here are my two areas I can drop, and I can simply hold down the mouse button and drag. I think I have to write something in here to get a hold of it. Text box. And it's hard to drag text to get it to stay highlighted. Bit of tricky. Yes, I got it. So, and I can even drag them in between each other. So you get the idea. So perfect thing to work with, build your applications, allowing people to drag and drop items into your web applications or move items within your page. Obviously, I haven't done any type of preservation or storage on all these changes. So if I do refresh, then everything goes back to the way it started. But if you were going to make something more advanced, then maybe you might want to store the location of items and preserve it between sessions and so forth. So download the code and experiment with drag and drop to get better integration in HTML5.